Hi guys, Model Muppet here. How you doing? This is just a little quick video. I like a lot of people, I've been having so many problems recording from PlayStation 4, so I thought I'd just throw together a quick video about what equipment I'm using. And I know that sometimes people like to get to know the face behind the channel kind of thing. So I thought I'd also just give you a little quick tour of the little dungeon that I'm in when I do my recording. Not a huge amount of information here, but if it helps somebody else resolve their problems as well, it'll all be worthwhile. This bit right here, that's where the real magic happens, because that's where I sit. Yeah, it's nice to be comfortable. If you're doing a lot of stuff though, I find it useful to have two chairs, so I do actually have, even though this chair is on wheels, as you can see by me moving it around just to prove it's on wheels, I have another chair for my computer. And that's just to make that I get up and down every so often. So in my hot seat, this is my view. There's my television. It is a 50-inch LG. It's not bad. It was about £400, but that was quite a few years ago now, when sort of the bigger tellies were a bit more expensive. There is a bit of a black spot in it, which you won't really see on camera, but it's not too obtrusive. I don't really notice it during games, but there is a bit of a spot there. Very important here, my table. It's where I keep my Scooby snacks, my ashtray and my coffee, and I drink so much coffee, it is unbelievable. Now my microphone, this one is actually a really old one that I had from years ago, because when I got my Windows 8 PC, my Blue Snowball mic won't work with it. Oh, don't even get me started on Windows 8. Seriously, that thing is just, it does my head in so much. PlayStation 4 next to my PlayStation 3. Now when I switch between one and the other, I do have to switch the leads around, so I'd have to unplug the HDMI cable and the LAN cable. I know both machines are capable of being wireless, but I prefer to have the LAN cable in and be wired for gaming. I know that most gamers are the same. Headphones, Turtle Beach PX5, and this here is the lead, or the wire, that goes in between my wireless headset and my wireless controller, which I need all the time when I'm on the PlayStation 4. Another big bugbear of mine. Now I did try getting the PX4 for the PlayStation 4, which is also made by Turtle Beach, and they were faulty. Basically what was happening was there would be a buzzing noise, not in my ears, but in anyone I was connected to in the chat. So in the end I had to get rid of them. And in a way I was kind of pleased, because I would actually say don't get the PX4. You have to have a charging cable plug into them. You see these batteries here? That's the batteries that the PX5 takes. And I have 8 rechargeable batteries, so there's always batteries on the charge. And I don't mind having to replace them in the headsets as I need them. With the PX4 though, there's a charge lead that goes from the USB port into the headsets themselves, and it is so obtrusive. It's just catches on your shoulder all the time, and your neck and stuff. It's horrible. And if you play a lot of games, you'll end up having to have that charger in a lot of the time. They don't seem to hold their charge that great. Now when I emailed the technical support for Turtle Beach, they kept trying to tell me that it was the chat cable that wasn't right, and I sent them about 3 emails, each one saying no, it's not a chat cable. I have 2 chat cables, because I bought one, this very one here, for the PX5s, and the PX4 came with a chat cable, and the problem occurred on both of them, and neither chat cable produced the same result on my Turtle Beach PX5s. So I was getting nowhere, and in the end they asked me to email them a photograph of the chat cable. I'd already told them in emails that it was the official Turtle Beach chat cable, but they weren't going to take my word for it. They wanted a photograph of it. So in the end I thought, stuff you, and I sent them back to Amazon. So what else? There's my Here's my Windows 8 PC. It's not fantastic specs. I'll hunt the specs out after and put them up on the screen, but there's nothing sort of great there. Reasonable monitor, again, nothing fantastic, but it's good. It's good enough for working with, and just a normal set of headphones for my PC. Now this big white thing here, this is an air filter. I do smoke. It's quite a small room, and you'd be amazed how much dust gets in small rooms when you're using a lot of electronic equipment. So I do tend to have that on. It's not running just now for the noise. I'll put it on. There, at the first click you can't even hear that. I'll put it up to full, and you can hear that, but I don't really need it on full. Just having it down at 1 is enough to circulate the air a bit and filter out dust and stuff. And I'd say that if you're using a lot of electric equipment, that's a good investment to have, especially if you're a slob like me and I don't tend to do my dusting very much. In fact, as you can see by the state of this. So here's my Haupage. No, it's not my Haupage. My Haupage was my previous one. This is my Elgato. Now these don't normally sit on top of there. They're normally just lying on the floor, but I put them up there just for ease of viewing. Now this is the important bit for those of you who are having problems recording from a PlayStation 4. This is a HDMI splitter, and I will put a link up in the description over the exact model that I bought. I had previously bought a different one, and watching a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of people advised to get this one, the View HD 2-port HDMI splitter amplifier. And what I found with this is that it doesn't strip the HDCP protection, which meant that I wasn't able to record from the PlayStation 4. Now it's a little bit complex, but basically nobody is selling a HDCP stripper. What they are selling is HDMI splitters. Some of them will have the effect of stripping the audio, of stripping the protection, and some of them don't. And even the same manufacturer, the same model, you can get two people getting it with different results. So I'm putting this here, I will put the link in, but that is not a guarantee that it will work for you. And please understand that, because I cannot possibly guarantee that that will strip the protection. There was loads of people had advised getting the View HD one. Just bring that up to the camera again. Loads of people advised getting that one, and for a lot of people it worked fine. For me it didn't work at all. So a bit of a word of warning there. Now I want to give a little bit of thanks to two YouTube friends. My regular viewers will probably know them, but one is Gaming with Mac, who he was the person who'd actually had this on his setup video, and I followed the link and I bought the same one and it works for him. And also Red Ham USLA, because it was him who actually got me off my arse again to make the effort after my first lot of failures to do something about it. When, oh man, I had so many problems, like I say, with this fella. I thought, well, it's not working, but I've got a new PC and it was Windows 8 and I was having loads of problems. Like I say, my Blue Snowball mic wasn't working. There was software that wasn't working that used to work on my Windows 7. So I thought, well, I'll try maybe getting some memory, and I got more memory for my Windows 7 PC, and it turned out that still didn't work. Oh man, it was just sort of like one problem after another. Anyway, so that's the little tour. Not much to see, but I know people do like to sort of see where geniuses work. So yeah, there I go. There's my desk, television, my consoles, my important supplies, and hold on, let me just focus it. Yeah, there we have Lauren. That's my daughter. She put that up there with blue tack. And it's going to stay there until I die or until I leave this house, because even though she doesn't live with me anymore, she's at university. I love just seeing that there. I know, stupid. What can I say? So yeah, that's it. That's it. If you have any questions about any of the gear that I use, the equipment, especially if you're struggling on a PlayStation 4 recording, I have had so many problems. I really sympathise with anyone who's struggling and having problems. If there's anything you think I can help with, just say so in the comments. I do try and answer all comments. If I don't get round to it, sometimes I forget, and I apologise both in advance, and I apologise to anyone who I've missed a reply to before. Oh, actually, one other thing. Partly of that is because of the way that YouTube have changed the messaging system, and you have to use Google Plus. And what happens is when someone might be registered with YouTube but they're not registered with Google Plus, sometimes there's no even reply option there, so it makes it impossible sometimes to reply. Anyway, guys, just that's it, I guess. Alright, take it easy. This is Muppet out. Ciao.